Today we are going to talk about Prophet Adam. Adam features as an archetype of humans and their relationship to God in Muslim theology and philosophy, according to hadiths. Adam was created in God's own image, and according to the Quran, was taught all the names, thus establishing the notion of Adam as a reflection of God's divine attributes. By that, Adam does not feature as a prophet or a male human being only, but also encapsulates the idea of an ideal human archetype. Since God has forgiven Adam's transgression, humans are not viewed as inherently sinful or in need of redemption. Instead, Adam or humanity is viewed as being created from a relationship to God through learning and development. According to Islamic philosopher Surawardi discusses the nature of human soul as a mixture between Adam and Hawa. Adam referring to the heavenly attributes and Hawa to earthly animalistic passion. Through a mixture of both, the human soul is fashioned and becomes a personal animal soul. He base his anthropology on Quranic verses such as "He who has created you, all out of one living entity, and out of it brought into being its mate, so that man might incline with love towards the woman." Muslim scholars can be divided into two groups. Regarding Adam's impeccability ikma, one argues that Adam only became a prophet after he was cast out of paradise. They adhere to the doctrine that ikma only applies to prophets after they were sent to a mission, but since there was no population to whom Adam could have been sent, he could not have been a prophet, and therefore ikma did not apply until he left paradise. These arguments are, however, rejected by those who argue that prophethood does not start with preaching God's word and thus ikma begins before the prophetic mission. According to the second point of view, Adam was predestined by God to eat from the forbidden tree, because God planned to set Adam and his progeny on earth from the beginning, and thus installed Adam's fall. By that, Adam would not have truly disobeyed, but acted in accordance with God's will to his best ability. For that reason, many Muslim exegetes do not regard Adam and Eve's expulsion from paradise as punishment for disobedience or a result from abused free will on their part, but as part of God's wisdom, hikmah, and plan for humanity to experience the full range of his attributes, his love, forgiveness, and power to his creation. By their former abode in paradise, they can hope for return during their lifetime. Some Muslim scholars view Adam as an image for his descendants. Humans sin, become aware of it, repent tawbah, and find back to God. Adam embodies humanity, and his fall shows humans how to act when they sinned. Unlike Iblis Satan, Adam asked for forgiveness for his transgression. The story of angels prostrating before Adam gave rise to various debates about whether humans or angels rank higher. Angels bowing down before Adam is mentioned as evidence for human superiority over the angels. Others hold that the prostration does not imply such a thing, but was merely a command or test for the angels, a position especially found among Mutazilites, and some Asharites holds that angels are superior due to their lack of urges and desires. Maturidism generally does not think any of these creatures is superior to the other, and that angels and prophets' obedience derive from their virtues and insights to God's action, but not as their original purity. In the Quranic version of Adam's fall, Satan tempted them with the promise to become immortal angels. According to an Arab Muslim scholar, Abd al-Karim al-Quashiri, that Adam's fall is for his wish to be like an angel, while angels' fall is because when they desired to be like human, Adam desired an angelic state of no passion and avoiding the fate of death, while Harut and Marut desired the freedom of choice and to rejoice in extravagance. It is evident from the Quran that Adam was the father of contemporary humanity, but if there was sentient life before him is debated. According to some views, God created 30 times in Adam, every 1,000 years. After the downfall of each humanity, God left the world uninhabited for 50.00 years, then 50.00 inhabited, and then a new Adam created. The majority of scholars, however, rejects this opinion, but they agree that the jinn and animals have lived on earth before. According to the Majalat al-Azhar, nowhere within Islamic texts it is prescribed how long humans existed, and every Muslim is free to think that is right, and that the notion of a young earth derives from biblical reports. Although Adam is considered the first human being, he is not necessarily depicted as the first prophet. Islamic traditions acknowledge that before Adam was made, Muhammad's spirit, also known as the Muhammadan light, has already been created. Ibn Sa'd attributed to Qatada ibn Dayama to quote Muhammad, "I was the first human in creation and I am the last one on resurrection." According to a Shia tradition, after the angels prostrated themselves before Adam, God ordered Adam to look at the throne of God. Then he saw the radiant body of Muhammad and his family. This tradition also entered the Orthodox Sunni discourse. Through hadiths as narrated by al-Tirmidhi, when Muhammad was asked when his prophethood started, he would have answered, "When Adam was between the spirit and the body." For this reason, although Adam plays the role of the first physical human, he is still preceded by the essence of Muhammad. Although the notion of the pre-existing Muhammad takes some resemblance of the Christian doctrine of the pre-existence of Christ, Muhammad is considered human in essence, not a second person within God. Though it is up for debate, it has been said that Eve went through 120 pregnancies with Adam, and each of these consisted of a set of twins, a boy and a girl. In some other traditions, their first child was a girl, born alone, called Ankh. According to several sources, God took all of Adam's progeny from his back while they were still in heaven. He asked each of them, "Am I not your Lord?" as read in verse, and they all replied yes. For this reason, it is believed that all humans are born with an innate knowledge of God. The most famous of Adam's children are Cain and Abel. Both the brothers were asked to offer up individual sacrifices to God. God accepted Abel's sacrifice because of Abel's righteousness, and Cain out of jealousy threw a rock at Abel, leading to the first murder in human history, the murder of Abel by Cain. As Adam grieved his son, he would preach to his other children about God and faith in him. When Adam's death grew near, he appointed his son Seth as his successor.